How do you actually go about buying an apartment complex? As you get into real estate investing, or as you think about the big investors, that eventually becomes the goal, is how can I actually buy something that looks like this? What are the steps? How do you actually do it? How can a regular person like you and me actually buy this? And that's what I'm breaking down. This video is a private seminar that I got to participate in our trip last week to the Old Capital Conference in Dallas. Old Capital is the largest commercial lender in Texas, and we got to sit down with their team, and in last year alone, they funded over $1.5 billion in apartment building loans. So they have helped with a lot of deals, and they are breaking down to newbie investors how you can do it too. James Eng is one of their lenders, and he's gonna break down exactly how you and I can do it too.
You still have to win this deal. $10 million. Best and finals tomorrow. You got 5 people bidding on this deal. How are you gonna win the deal?
So some quick context, in this hypothetical deal, we are bidding on a $10 million property, 77 units in Texas. So if you're looking to buy a 77 unit apartment complex, you're probably gonna look into federal financing, Fannie or Freddie Mac loans that, in this example, which would require roughly about a 40% down payment or $4 million in equity that you have to bring to the deal or raise in order to get that $6 million loan. So you take that $4 million in equity plus $6 million in loan, then get your $10 million purchase price. Alternatively, you could also get a bridge loan that may reduce the amount of equity that you're bringing as your down payment. So maybe instead of 40%, maybe it's 35%. But most times those are for shorter loan instances and at higher interest rates. And in case you're wondering, do you know what it takes to qualify for a $6 million loan? Well, James is gonna break it down in this clip next.
What are the requirements for a $6 million loan? Agency. First requirement?
6 million net worth.
All right, next.
10% liquidity.
600,000 liquidity.
And 125.
Okay, this is, it's 125. What's the other thing that the lender is gonna want? Experience. So this can come from guarantor A, B, C. You can add those together to get to that net worth and to that liquidity. So could you do that? Most people in this room, could you put together 3 or 4 people to buy a deal to qualify for a $6 million loan? Yeah. Okay. What did I not put in here? No, I have experience. What did I not put in here for your team? So A, B, and C, net worth, liquidity, experience. What's the last thing? Oh, equity. Okay. This is just qualifying for the loan. Oh. But let's go back to step back from the team. So this could be one person or multiple people. What are the other parts of the team? So equity. Asset management. That's the piece that I was looking for.
Thanks, James. As you get into these bigger deals, having a strong understanding of what's happening in the market and how to best protect your money and your investors' money is extremely important. And so because of the current market conditions, the ability to have stability and consistency are the most important things. Right now, in this next part of the workshop, we're actually gonna break out into teams from our group, and each group is gonna bid on this property and present the offer to the listing broker as if we were actually gonna buy this apartment and go through negotiations. Quick caveat, this exercise is designed to be approachable and fun, and obviously this group here of 30 so folks, we all know each other, so we have a little bit of fun, but the timelines that are discussed, the types of questions that are asked are from a macro perspective, the common questions that are being asked when you are making offers on an apartment complex.
You still have to win this deal. $10 million. Best and finals tomorrow. You got 5 people bidding on this deal. How are you gonna win the deal? With who? The broker? All right.
Ability to close.
Seller, ability to close.
Blackmail.
Blackmail. It feels like that on some deals, don't worry. All right, so let's keep going on here. So You've got, it's 3 o'clock. Or 2:52. All right. It's due at 3 o'clock. So you got this team. I want you to write your offer for this property on, and you're going to have to turn it in. And then we're going to go through it. Paul and I are the brokers on the deal. Ashley's the seller, okay? Paul and I are the brokers on the deal. So we're just gonna go through these. All right, table 1 right here, 10.1 million purchase price. They're gonna do agency loan, 250K day 1 are refundable. So I guess that's earnest money. Tony Lynn is the KP. And then they're using Old Capital as the lender. Pretty strong. It's pretty strong. All right, table 2. All right. So table 2, they're doing 5% earnest money day 1. So was that 500K? If my math is good. Earnest money. Earnest. Let's say it's earnest. Earnest money. All right. So they're saying they're gonna close. They're gonna close in 60 days. And then it says you're 10 million. 10 million, okay. You're doing bridge? Table 2, oh, bridge, okay, bridge. And then 60-day close, and they said, I have your wife and kids in an unmarked van. Sell to me or you will never see them again. So I'm not sure. Threat, I'll just put threat. In the bottom. Number 3, table 3, you got 9.2. Agency. And then Tony is the KP on this deal. Okay? So Tony was okay at 10.1 and at 9.2. So I'm not sure.
I didn't know I was involved.
I'm not sure. All right, table 4, you got 9.375. Okay, no loan. Okay? What's the earnest money? 3%. Okay, so 300K. Day 1. Yeah, there's no contingency, but you still got to put an earnest money deposit. Yeah. And how fast to close? 30 days. 30 days, okay. All right, and then this is team 5, table 5, 9.25, and then 1%, okay, so 100K, and then
Perry's our KP.
Perry is the KP. Okay, so now I get on the phone. All right, Ashley, this is we got 10.1, we got a range of 9.2 to 10.1.
How's your kids doing?
Howard, when was the last time you saw your kids? All right, so you can see the board. So we got 9 points. So this is, let's say this is call for offers. So let's just go best and final right now. Okay, so this is the offers. So you got 10.1 to 9.2. Do you want to go back to any of these groups, or do you have any questions for these groups? We'll do a little interview here. Which ones are standing out to you right now?
The first one, what's the close?
How many days to close?
60 days.
60-day close. Okay, good. All right.
When does the 250 go hard?
When's the 250 go hard?
After 30 days.
30 days. Okay. Okay. One note. You usually do not see all these offers when you're making your bid. Okay.
This is on the bid sheet.
Yeah, this is on the bid sheet. Okay. Do you have any other questions? All right. So table. Which one are you leaning towards?
I mean, I like the 10.1.
You like 10.1. Okay.
It's lended by Old Capital.
Okay. All right. Definitely helps. Okay. So 10.1, and then anything on? Do you want to talk? Do you even want to call these guys back? Should I even call these guys back? Like 9.2, 9.3?
I would probably drop the threat one.
Okay. Oh, the threat one is too.
I prefer my kids were at home.
But it's 500K earnest? Day 1.
500K and threat. Okay. So, all right. So we're not talking to this guy right now. Okay. Do you want to talk to 3, 4, or 5?
I do like what was the one that was?
300K. This is no loan. This is cash.
That's cat. I like that.
Okay. Do you want to maybe call this guy back and do a quick interview? All right. Who was table 4? SpongeBob. Okay. So what questions do you have for table 4 at 9.375? You call them back.
Proof of funds. Where's the money coming from?
Proof of funds. Can you show me a bank statement with 9.4?
Tony, Lynn, and Perry. Access to the bank account. VAs a lot.
This is a screenshot from, okay.
And Photoshop works really well.
Okay, so
9.3 million.
So now you as a seller have an option. Do you want to ask for a higher price from either of these guys? 10.1 or 9.4? All right, so so Ashley calls, all right, I call you guys back. Table 1, do you guys have any more room left? Can you sharpen your pencil, and do you want to go up on your price?
Can we ask what position are we in the bid? Or like, are we close?
You're close.
We're close.
You're close. Yeah, you are close. That's correct.
First, second.
The range, so brokers will usually give you the range. So the range of offers was 9.4 to 10.1. But you guys have more contingencies than other groups.
If they tell the range like that, then they already know they're top of the upper bid.
They never tell you you're on the top.
Yeah, you're in the competitive group. Now, if you offer another 700K, I think the deal is yours.
So 10.1 versus 9.4. So 10.1, do you guys want to move up at all?
What's holding the seller back from our home?
So one of the things that what she's talked to me about is that they want to figure out where the 250 gets released. And I don't want to do 30 days, you can do 5 days.
That was what we were gonna. That was a lever.
Yeah.
Just gonna go hard, right? Probably
Day 1.
day 1.
Is that released to escrow or released actually to seller? It's released in the
It
hands.
could be both.
The broker's going to say, there's already someone at 300,000 day 1. You guys are at 250. So I need conviction that you're confident that you're, number 1, going to be able to raise the equity, and number 2, you're going to qualify for this debt.
We already have a peer approval from OC.
You have a pre-approval. Okay.
He's actually in this deal too.
Paul's in the deal too. All right. That's a conflict of interest. We're the broker on the deal. All right.
I would raise
So
Yeah, we will
If you
raise
tell
it
us,
to
we would raise
300K
it.
in day 1.
you want to go 300? All right, 300. So you're neutral with the other guy. So Ashley calls Team 4's Team SpongeBob. What are you going to ask them to do?
Can I come up on the price?
So we have another guy at 300,000 day 1, but you are short on price. Are you willing to move up, or you need to move up in order to win this deal? How much do you want to move up?
If you want to say I can't move up on the price, but what I'll do is, if I can do, if, let's say I want to refinance it at year 2 or 3, let's put a first position onto the property, so when I refinance or sell off the property in year 2 or 3, I'll give you an extra 200K on top.
So you're saying the seller's going to wait 3 years before you pay them more money? Is that what you're saying?
So once because I'm planning to sell it about in year 3, and at year 3, if I'm able to sell it above, let's say 9.375, the first 200K goes back to you.
So you want them to be in your deal as an LP
Correct.
and wait and see if you give them more money.
Yep.
What if the seller's a syndication that needs to lift it and close the syndication?
That is true. Then this deal won't work if there's syndication in that case.
So I need more confidence that you're going to be able to close. This 300,000 is not giving me enough confidence. The other group's already at 300.
I'll make 300K hard on deposit.
Yeah, it's already hard.
Oh, it's already hard, okay. So 300K is not as hard.
Do you want to go up on your 300? So that's the gap right now. So Ashley, which one are you going to take? You're going to have 10 million, 10.1 contingent upon they've got to raise the equity and they've got to qualify for the loan, or you take the 9.4 cash.
Well, Tony Lynn's a great operator. But I don't know if he's aware of that he's
It's a $600,000 difference to the seller to take this cash offer. So which one are you going to take?
It also depends on what we promise we have investor in the currency.
She bought it for 5.
Okay.
So which one are you going to take? The winning bid goes to?
cash.
Table 1, table 1.
You're doing cash?
Wow.
All right,
I would do cash actually, so I would lean higher price for sure.
No, I mean,
but it
I think
depends
table
on,
1 will win.
like, I guess, yeah, the betting, so like, who the lender is.
They told you.
Who the syndicator is.
They already told you everything.
Yeah.
So are you going to take the 600,000?
I would take the 10.1.
You just changed. So it's 10.1? This guy's the winner?
A higher total amount.
Higher purchase price.
Yeah.
10.1. So all right, now you got to call table 4. Tell them they didn't win the deal. Team SpongeBob.
Team SpongeBob, unfortunately, we just can't get the price with you, unless you're not gonna come up with another $250,000, $300,000. It looks like we are a chosen buyer on this one here. But we have other opportunities that we want you to get into. We have probably, what we think is, with our team, we think we have the best price that you guys are offering. We certainly do appreciate putting the extra effort into the transaction. Is there any way that you can get that money released a little earlier? Go down to 5 days that we talked about? I don't know if we read about that yet. And we want that 250 release after 5 days on the deal. And then we can get the due diligence knocked out as quickly as possible. And again, you guys are going to need a loan, and that's going to be 60 days. But let's talk about, can you do 5 days before we release the 250? Or the 300?
I thought we agreed to.
No, it's day one.
You already
It's already day one. Stop negotiating. You already got it. Day one.
I wasn't too sure if I heard that.
All right, so we're gonna just play this out real quick. So day one, you guys won the bid, 10.1 million. What do you do? Call Ashley. She's the seller. Day one. Anyone can help them. Day one. What are you doing? Yeah, you gotta send the money. So you got PSA signed. So you gotta have. Remember we showed you your team. You gotta have your attorney. So PSA signed. Day one. What else? So you need a new LLC.
New LLC for the property.
So you're gonna work with the attorney. So there can be 2 attorneys or the same attorney.
I would not
Yep.
send the LLC at that very time.
Yeah, so the PSA signed, you can start the LLC process and PPM process there. What should you do? What should be on the calendar right away though? Inspections. Okay, so inspection, due diligence, lease audit, that type of stuff. Okay, so let's say that's week 1, week 2. Now this is where you're starting to raise the equity. You've already sent in the loan app. So week 2 to probably week 6.
And how much money do you need on the loan out typically?
So loan app, you probably need 20,000 to start this. It's a $6 million loan. All right. In this process, you're raising equity and doing the loan at the exact same time. Okay. So how are you guys gonna differentiate who's doing what between you guys? You got 5 guys.
Who's raising the money?
Who's raising the money?
Team leader.
Raising capital, asset management.
Getting bids?
I'll be ops.
Asset management.
Asset management.
Okay. So how much equity do you need to raise? How much equity do you need to raise?
4.8. You went
Oh, here.
4.7.
Sorry.
4.7.
All right. So you need 4.75.
No, you bid 10.1, so it's 4.85.
Oh yeah, you went up. You went up. 4.85. Forgot about that. So you're raising approximately $5 million in equity, and then you're doing the loan, and then you guys need to close by day 60. What else is going on in this timeline? Sure. Third parties. So you'll do third parties. The lender will have an engineer, environmental, and appraisal.
We're reviewing the insurance, the loss runs on the property.
So you need to qualify for insurance or get insurance for the property. All this is going in parallel
Hopefully
with
if
each
your
other.
management company in place, if you don't,
Management company. So insurance management company. Vendor for. You're doing this rehab of 750
Well, just
The
from
cost
the
of
initial, just from the initial inspection.
inspection. Yeah. How much stuff is going to cost? Day 60. What's going to happen on day 60?
Well, day 30, we found some issues with the property.
Uh-oh.
So we went to renegotiate.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Paul, I'll take that call. Go ahead.
Make this switch.
Okay, go ahead. Make the call. Go. Let's make the call.
Hey, Paul. So we just got the report from the inspection and we found due diligence guy. All of these things. So we'd like to renegotiate the price.
How much down?
we don't ever say we want to renegotiate the price at the beginning.
We
We want to
to
tell you
keep-
all the things that we have found that we think are going to be issues, and we want to bring this to your attention. And then I'll say, I need for you to put in writing, and then let me know exactly what you're asking for. And then I'll grab that, and then I'll have a conversation with Ashley, saying, these guys, these schmucks. And they've asked for significant retrade. They've got.
How much? Do you have a number?
Let's say, let's say we found there's Federal Pacific panels, there's, I guess we would
Kind
have
of
known
avoided
before.
that.
We would have known that before, so
Yeah.
foundation and sewer line, the sewer line cost. There was some mold in one of the buildings, let's go 300K.
300K, okay. Seller, what do you think?
I'll offer them, what's your response? They want 300,000?
They want 300K off.
What are you gonna do? What number?
Based on how well I took care of the property, I'll give them half of that.
So we have good news. The seller has agreed to offer you $150,000 for the issues that you guys have defined for us. We appreciate it. Are you guys okay with the 150 negotiations?
Question in the meantime, why don't you guys call Team 4 again at this point?
No.
We're under contract.
You already signed contract.
You already signed.
What's in the contract, so we have to produce.
But at least you have
Whatever we
another competitor to negotiate with them again?
No.
Is it not?
No, it's under contract, so you're gonna have to sell. So you go two ways. One, the seller could say, whatever, I'm taking your 300,000. You can't close? Fine. Move on. I'm taking the 300,000. I'm calling my cash guy, Team SpongeBob, in the back, and he's gonna buy it. Yeah, they can just. Oh, you don't want to close? Fine, no problem. We'll take your 300. So you had 5 guys. Each of you guys put 60 grand in the deal. It's gone.
So I just had
This is exactly how it happens. I mean, this is
I
how.
just had a deal last year. It wasn't $300,000. $5 million. So that's annoying. No, it wasn't $5 million retrade. They had put up earnest money of $5 million, and they couldn't perform, so the seller took their money.
Which city is this?
It's up here.
Why couldn't they perform
The transaction was a couple different things. Interest rates were rising in them. They had a lender that they thought that they were going to use. We were involved in the deal. They went on and steal for 9 months. And every time that they wanted to go for an extension, the seller said, it's another $1 million. So they got like 3 extensions. The 4th extension, the lender crept out and they called us. And then we had an approval, but they ran out of time. The seller said, we're not dealing with these folks anymore. They've strung us out for 9 months. We're taking their $5 million. And we have another buyer that wants to offer us the same price that we know we can close.
What was the price of the property?
$78 million.
So before in 21 and 22.
That means the DMD that with you guys signed with a new LLC, right? And that company probably.
So on the PSA, you can use any you can be yourself. But once you close, before you close, you assign that contract to a new LLC.
Yes, which means that the honest money we take from is belong to the new LLC, right?
No,
what if they don't have much money?
new. No, it's the general partner's money.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
You can't play that game. We already know.
The money's already at the title company. The money's at the title company. The title company will disperse it.
We're assigning the contract to somebody that's affiliated with you. That money just stays here. We still have the ability to grab it.
Yeah, is it next row already?
Alright, well, I think we're gonna move forward with the 150 reduction.
Oh, really? Interesting.
It's good to hear. We're having dinner Nick and Sam's in 2 weeks when we close.
So the other thing that you'll probably do here is probably when you do your PPM, LLC, and all that stuff, you'll probably have a webinar to this group to raise money for this deal. And that is very important. Hopefully you guys have been on a couple of those and seen it. And then you will have to be on people to raise this $5 million. That's the hardest part right now of this business.
And the other thing also too is that we talked about physical problems with the property, but what we haven't asked or had problems with is interest rates rising. So interest rates have gone up like 1% in the last 6 months.
So let's say this was done. Let's say you went under contract in August, and now you're trying to close. This is November.
The loan does not get locked until you have approval, typically.
So the lender calls you back and says, actually, the $6 million loan is actually now $5 million. It's a $5 million loan. How much more equity do you need to raise? This $5 million becomes $6.
Wait, you don't want to compo again?
It's a kind of a teeter-totter. Interest rates go up, your loan dollars get cut. Interest rates go down, your loan dollars go up. So here, interest rates have risen. You thought you only needed $5 million or so, now you need $6 million. It has nothing to do with you. It has nothing to do because our interest rate is not locked.
You could potentially lock it at about week 3.
You could.
Yeah, so right here, let's end
So if you're going to do that deal, you got to put up another $120,000 of a deposit into an interest rate lock. So if we can't get the loan dollars there, or you decide to blow out of the deal, the lender is now capturing $120,000.
It's a rate lock deposit.
It's a rate lock.
2% of the loan amount.
The GP pays all of that. So you need some.
GP is fronting the money.
You need some. Yeah, you need some liquidity to start as a GP because you're putting down. I don't know, for a typical deal,
300.
300.
300.
Yeah,
Plus another
maybe
120. Plus
with the
another
loan
20.
dollars, with the inspection, you're putting down 500, 600 of your own money first, before you even talk to the investors.
So it's $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 up front for applications fee, due diligence fees and things like that, review fees. And then it's a 2% deposit, 2% of the loan amount deposit you have to pay. You can pay it, like what Tony says, you can pay within 4 or 5 days of the application, but you're not really 100% sure you have the loan, it's ready to go. But you're gonna fork over another $120,000 or so, or you can wait till like 5-10 days.
This section, probably.
Prior to closing, and you can lock it that very time, where you have a lot more confidence, and you can figure out the rates at that very time.
I had a project 2 years ago. It was only 14 units, and but I lost 30K on it, on legal fees and just like appraisal and all that alone. Nothing was wrong with it during due diligence, but between due diligence ending and closing, half the AC units just broke down. And so we were like, when we did the final walkthrough, we're like, why are these individual window units now? You know, and so it didn't work out. We still got the earnest money back because it was
on the seller.
It was on the
Yeah,
seller.
it was on the seller.
But even with the earnest money back, we still ended up forking 20-30K in just
You're already in the
fees
deal.
to set up everything.
So when this loan amount is dropping because of interest rates, that's the call that buyers are making back to sellers right now.
I just did a transaction that just closed on Thursday, deal down in New Braunfels, where I was an LP in the deal. LP/GP, whatever it is, I was in. I put up $500,000 hard for this money up front. Same scenario like that, it's interest rates were rising in this deal, $35 million sales price. Interest rates rose during the period of time.
So that was a lot of fun, and that was really helpful to just go over every single step from putting in an offer to getting that process closed. And I hope that helped you demystify the apartment buying complex. Again, big shout out and thank you to the Old Capital team, to James Eng, to Paul Peebles, and to my business partner and to Old Capital's newest lender, Ashley Cow, for hosting the workshop and teaching the group. I learned a lot, and I hope you did too. By the way, this is the first of many videos in a series that I'm gonna make from our Dallas trip from earlier this week. We were there for a commercial real estate conference, and so I interviewed investors, brokers, we did property tours. So if you are interested in buying an apartment complex, you're gonna wanna subscribe because I have a lot more content coming for you. Again, my name is Josh Baldovino. I'm a marketer and real estate investor, and we actually co-GP'd on our first apartment complex last year out in Dallas. So we are super excited to work on that project, and we're gonna share everything that we're learning along the way. So make sure to subscribe, give it a like, and I will see you all on the next one. Cheers, guys.